Right now on the Pro Wrestling Show, as you see right here, Becky Lynch set to battle Bailey. These two former women's champions get in the ring and rivals. Both are equally matched. Two of the four horsewomen is clashing tonight. Review coming up on Raw, as well as Raw's hottest faction, the Judgment Day, takes on former Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, one on one. See right here, the Street Profits take on the Judgment Day, Ben Balor and Damian Priest in tag action, as well as a ladder match for Miz's money. That's the Lumis and Miz battle in a winner take all ladder match. Who's going to emerge victorious between these two men? We'll get to it as well. And why did Bronson Reed make a surprise appearance in that match? We'll talk about it. As Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. And the Raw Ring Report will start right after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show here on Connect TV. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report. As you know, you're familiar with this Pro Wrestling Show. We break down wrestling from one week. 1 week from tomorrow be the day after Thanksgiving. We thank you for watching. We know Raw will not be on next week because Raw will be doing the best of 2022. So they won't be having no Raw then. So we know in 2 weeks in time, Seth Rollins will challenge Austin Theory starting off New Year's Day. What are we gonna call it? New Year's, the day after New Year's, get a shot at the United States Championship, kicking off the season of the Royal Rumble. So we're looking forward to seeing it what's in January coming up. So speaking of that, Seth Rollins' main squeeze, his wife, Becky Lynch, was in action against Bayley. We'll talk about that coming up, as well as Miz taking on Dexter Lumis in a winners take all match. Which one of these two men will win and take all the money? As Dexter Lumis was a servant to Miz, Miz tried to use him for publicity and fame. We'll talk about that, as well as Raw's hot and up and coming group, the Judgment Day, Balor and Priest taking on the Street Profits. So there's a lot of matches that really gonna set the tone for Raw in coming up, and what the factions do for the new season of Raw coming up as well. So we'll be seeing that coming your way soon. All right, we kick off Raw with none other than the undisputed champion, Roman Reigns, and the undisputed tag team champions, the Usos. They want to deliver some chaos and some misery. Roman tells the Usos to deliver some chaos, and the Usos does deliver on that decree in that order. Roman orders them to do it. After Roman feels like Kevin Owens' territory on Raw isn't quite exactly what Roman believes Raw should be. Roman is the undisputed champion. He is the champion of SmackDown and Raw, holding the WWE Championship, which is currently on Raw, which Roman possesses. Roman that doesn't defend the championship as he should. He comes on special appearances on Raw. That's the undisputed champion. He's mainly on SmackDown. Well, we know that the Usos and Sami Zayn causing chaos and causing damage. They think they should, but we'll get to that. But we kick off Raw with the Street Profits taking on the Judgment Day. Balor and Priest. Balor and Priest Raw's hottest group, along with Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. So the Judgment Day take on you know, the Street Profits in the match. Well, the Street Profits won their match over the Judgment Day with the help of Akira Kazara. As the Rhea Ripley stepped in and tried to tell Tazero, Kyle, don't do that. Well, that led to a match. The Rhea Ripley took on Akira Kazara in the intergender uh, like led a lot, you know, um, really wanted to get physical. She got physical all right with Tatira Zara. Even Tatira tried to do the move, but Rhea Ripley with the Riptide won the match for the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley becoming the strongest force in wrestling. I'll say that. But she led her team in an impromptu match, match against Tatira Zara. So hey, let's see that. Also, too, a former rival of the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day had former rivals in the OC gang, the OC club. Well, we can look at Tira Rilla Ripley get the win on Tira Kazara. I thought Dominic was supposed to be in a match. Dominic showing his true colors and stuff. Well, we know that former rivals of the Judgment Day, who they won over, the OC gang, they was in action. Gallows and Anderson. I think AJ was in action. If you ask me, AJ was in action. AJ went against them until the tag team champions. That's who tag team champions, the Bloodline, the Usos and Sami Zayn came out there and attacked AJ. AJ was in action against Sami Zayn, who won with the Blue Thunder Bomb. I don't know what that's gonna lead to, but things could be looking intriguing coming up for what's going on. But then too, we saw Sami Zayn got the win with Solo Sakai. So Kevin Owens came out there, and the Usos tried to attack Seth Rollins. The Usos had to get prevented back from not attacking Kevin Owens until a tag team match was made. Owens and Rollins against the Usos, one on in a non-title tag team match that was set President's Den. So we'll see that match as well. But there was a lot. It was a brawl going on in between. Even the Usos causing a lot of brawls between as well. Heard Cedric Alexander and Dolph Ziggler. I don't know what that was going on. Kathy Kelly was trying to get the answers and get the scoop on what was going on. And Adam Pearce kind of like he was a little bit perturbed. Kathy Kelly asked Adam Pearce when we would see the, Lashley. Adam Pearce never gave a time frame on where we're going to see Lashley. So we're still polling time with that Lashley. So hey, here we are. What Lashley did, went berserk and attacked the security. We haven't seen Bobby Lashley since last week, so we don't know how this is going to play out. Speaking of that, a winner take all match, ladder match. The Miz take on Dexter Lumis. Who's going to be receiving the money between the Miz and Dexter Lumis? We know the Miz wants his money back and his reputation back from Dexter Lumis, and Dexter Lumis just want a fair shot. Well, this came out of nowhere. Bronson Reed, the Colossus. Bronson Reed came out of nowhere and attacked. What's his name? I forgot. He attacked Dexter Lumis out of nowhere. Bronson Reed back in the WWE. They're getting ready and getting set for the Royal Rumble. You can tell everyone's returning under Triple H's regime. Triple H setting aside his differences, bring back Bronson Reed. I think Triple H has that whatever that dude name is from the Avengers. Bringing back everybody. Triple H bringing back everybody, including Bronson Reed. So Bronson Reed back in the main roster. She should have been in the beginning, but they said Vince McMahon kind of had a tryout, but didn't like his appearance. With Bronson Reed back, helping the Miz um win back his money. So Miz got his money back. One way or another, Miz is back and aligns himself with Bronson Reed. So hey, that's what it is. Speaking of that, we know that in 2 weeks' time, Alexa Bliss will challenge Bianca Belair for the women's championship on Raw. Alexa Bliss got the fair hit upper shot against women's champion Bianca Belair, laying out the women's champion, laying her out cold. Bianca Belair looking forward to getting her match again. Her match in 2 weeks on Raw for the women's championship. As Alexa Bliss did to what she did to Bianca, laying Bianca Belair out. Bianca Belair been champion since WrestleMania, and now Alexa Bliss wants to be the champion once again with the Bray Wyatt stuff. Alexa Bliss, Bianca asked Alexa, "Why is you doing this?" And Alexa didn't say, saying that Bianca believing that Alexa's been possessed by Bray or somebody, some entity, to get the championship back. Well, we know that MVP has an interesting proposition to Adam Pearce. Don't know what that could be. It could be almost related, if you ask me. So we'll see. We'll see how that's gonna play out eventually. We'll see. Plus two. They finally, well, we know that in 2 weeks, Austin Theory will defend his United States Championship against Seth Rollins. We know that Austin Theory has a new attitude, a new look, a new change persona. He's not taking selfies no more. Theory's done with that. So Theory wants to be out on his own. And Theory, you know how that goes. He kind of made a message to Seth Rollins, and we'll see that between these two men. Saying doesn't call him kid. So we'll see in 2 weeks. There's gonna be a championship kicking off the new year. Championship Raw. Online. Theory defend against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins with that ugly Rouse or whatever the hell you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about. Where he's trying to dress like a woman. I don't know what they do, what him and Becky do in their bedroom, but in their household, they need to keep it in their household. If you ask me. So we'll see. Well, speaking of Seth Rollins, he was in action, taking on the undisputed tag team champions, the Usos and stuff. The Usos tried to set damage and stuff. Well, the Usos didn't have to look no further and stuff. They lost their match against Rollins and KO. Rollins and KO gaining momentum and stuff after their match. So, and Bayley went against Becky Lynch. Bayley won over Becky Lynch as well in her match. Bayley getting the advantage. These two women, former rivals, went against each other, and we saw it for the first time on Raw. Touched each other within almost 4 years. So hey, within 3 years. So hey, well, there you go. Even too, Kevin Owens went against he won his match. So hey, big up to Kevin Owens in his match with Seth Rollins and stuff. So hey, all right, that ends the Raw Ring Report. We're gonna move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. Now we talk about right here. Snoop Dogg believes that his championship got taken away and stolen, the golden championship, and now I guess this is an angle for Snoop Dogg for WrestleMania. So we'll have to wait and see if DOWG get his champion, his golden custom made WWE championship. Plus two in the house show. They're doing AJ Styles versus Gunther for a house show. So they're testing things out on house shows just to see how well things would be. So who knows? We're hearing reports that Gunther might be going against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. There'll be a match amongst itself. So hey. Then too, we're hearing reports that Forbidden Door entry for the 22 Royal Rumble. We're hearing Kyrie Sane. We're hearing reports of Matt Cardona, Nick Aldis, Mickey James. There's a lot of people that could be coming to WWE in the Forbidden Door for the Royal Rumble. They kick things off at WrestleMania, so time will tell on that. All right, all right. That's gonna do it for the Pro Wrestling Show. Presents the Raw Ring Report. We're gonna leave you with this: KO standing tall over the Usos with Seth Rollins. So we'll see that. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the NXT Ring Report. See you then.